Hey y'all, it's Jessica from Sloppy Swatches. Today I have a look at the Office Holiday Party for 2017 that is available right now from Moonshine Manny. These polishes were sent to me for review and I'll link her storefront and social media down below. So first up is There Are No Rules, and this polish is described as a light rose gold linear holographic with an added flash of gold shimmer. So you can see all that gold shimmer coming through in the bottle. It looks just as gorgeous on the nails. So here's a quick look at that brush shot. Moonshine Manny does have that beautiful rounded brush, which I appreciate so much. I'm going to go ahead and show you how There Are No Rules swatched on my natural nail. So here's a look at that first easy coat. This one does go on super smooth. I didn't have a huge issue with brush stroking or anything like that. It is just a little bit on the sheer side. So I'm going to go ahead, cap the tip, let this dry, and then show you how it built up for me with that second coat. So here's a quick look at my second easy coat. This does for sure amp up that opacity. I think that gold goes a really long way in helping bring this polish more opaque quickly. I think depending on your application method, you may be able to get this one completely opaque in two. I did have a little flash of nail line, so I'm going to go ahead and build it up with a third really quick coat, and this does for sure bring this polish completely opaque for me. In direct sunlight or strong lighting, you're going to get a ton of that linear holographic effect, but in indirect lighting or maybe indoor lighting, you'll get more of the gold shimmer. So that is my final swatch photo at an angle underneath the artificial lighting. So next up is Where Are the Sugar Cookies, and this polish is described as a silky, dusty rose mauve cream. So if you've been struggling maybe to find some work-appropriate nudes, this one is a really gorgeous with maybe a touch of color as well. So there's a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how Where Are the Sugar Cookies swatched on my natural nail. This does have a cream formula. It is a little bit on the thinner side, so I did have a tiny bit of pooling there. I think that was mostly my application method, but I am going to go ahead and show you how I clean that up with acetone and a clean out brush. Really easy to do. So there's a quick swipe and that's completely clean. One coat was really nice coverage. I did still have some nail line though, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry and show you how it built up for me with that second coat. This second coat does for sure bring this polish completely opaque for me. It does also dry down to a really beautiful glossy finish. I think depending on your application method, if you like to go in thinner, you may need 3 coats with this one. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle underneath that artificial lighting. So next up is Candied Pam's, and this is one of my top picks of the collection. This polish is described as a soft auburn berry cream with a delicate multichrome shimmer that shifts from red to gold to green. So you can see there dancing in the bottle. Here's a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how Candied Pam swatched on my natural nail. So here's a quick look at that. One coat goes on really nice and pigmented. I didn't have any staining with this. I do always use a base coat though. One coat was a nice coverage, but I do still have some nail lines. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry and then show you how it built up for me with that second coat. With this polish, I mostly got the gold shimmer on that red base. At extreme angles, I did get a little bit of the green as well. So here's a quick look at that second coat. It does bring this polish right over the edge into being completely opaque. Again, if you prefer to go in thinner, you may need 3 coats of this one, but it was really easy to use, very user-friendly. So this is my final swatch photo at an angle underneath that same artificial lighting. So next up is Get a Room Santas, and this polish is best described as a sparkling gold scattered hollow, emerald flakies, and gold holographic square glitters that are swimming in an evergreen jelly base. So this is kind of like a jelly sandwich in a bottle. It is a chock full of glitters. Here's a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how Get a Room Santas swatched on my natural nail. Here's a look at that first easy coat. This one does go on pretty smooth. I did have to make sure that I got those larger square glitters kind of spread out on the nail. They did try to kind of make a traffic jam there on the nail. One coat, pretty good coverage. It is a jelly though, so it's going to take a little bit to build up. So here's a quick look at that second coat. This does for sure add some depth and a ton more glitters. I think depending on the finish that you're looking for, you could appreciate this at 2 coats. I am going to go ahead, let that dry, and then show you how it built up for me with that third and final coat. So here's the look at that. 3 coats, it does bring this polish completely opaque. This is one of those polishes that's going to look really cool with a matte top coat as well, but if you want to, I do recommend going in with 1 coat of your favorite glossy top coat. So next up is Got Myself for Secret Santa, and this polish is described as a dusty medium periwinkle blue cream with a multichrome shimmer that shifts again from red to gold to green. So super gorgeous. It looks completely different on this base. I got more of the red shimmer here. So here's a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how Got Myself for Secret Santa swatched on my natural nail. Here's a look at that first easy coat. This one is again a little bit thinner, still really easy to use. I think just be mindful and go in for nice thin coats and kind of give yourself time to build it up. So this first coat does go on super smooth, nice and glossy with a ton of shimmer, but it is a little bit sheer. So I'm going to go ahead, let that dry and show you how it built up for me with that second coat. Here for my second coat, I did go in a little bit thicker. I did also have to clean up a little bit there towards the side wall. This is one of those that's going to be right on the edge of being a 2 or 3 coater. I was happy with the finish here at 2, so this is my final swatch photo at an angle under that artificial lighting. So last up today, I have the Way More Fun Party, and this is without a doubt my top pick of this collection. This is described as an intense violet to gold to green multi-chrome with silver scattered hollow on top. So I did mostly get purple tones from this polish, but the shift is undeniable. So here's a quick look at that brush shot, and then I'll show you how the Way More Fun Party swatched on my natural nail. So here's a look at that first coat. This one does go on nice and smooth, even though it has a ton of those holographic glitters. It's not going to be gritty on the nail at all. One coat was pretty sheer, so I'm going to go ahead and let that dry and show you how it built up with the second coat. So here's a quick look at that second coat. Again, this is one of those that's really going to be down to personal preference and how you apply the polish, but I had full opacity here in just 2 easy coats. I really love the finish. Maybe I had a flash of nail line. If you wanted to go in for that third, I think it would make the finish even deeper. So that is my final swatch photo at an angle, again under that artificial lighting. And that does wrap up my swatch and review of the Office Holiday Party collection. These are all available right now from Moonshine Manny. If you're interested in seeing any more photos of any of the polishes featured here today, I do have those available on my blog at sloppyswatches.com, or you can also visit me on Instagram at sloppyswatches. So thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time.